Obviously, the Chargers, really impressive football team. Spent a lot of time watching them the last 3 or 4 days here, and really pretty good at everything. Series ended 113 games, so well coached, very disciplined. Again, outstanding in every area. They make big plays, play good defense. Got an explosive group, strongly kicking game, and it's challenging on every play. So we're gonna have to do a good job all the way around. There's no one guy that's going to be able to stop them or block all of them or cover kicks or anything else. We're gonna need a good team effort from all the units, all the players, coaching staff, everybody, and let's go out there and be ready to compete on Sunday afternoon. But it's a good football team, and a lot of respect for their coaching staff, their players, the team, the way they play, and what they've accomplished this year. So it'll be a big challenge for us.
Well, you mentioned the other day that it's a disciplined defense that Bradley's coaching there. These guys, how does that show up with their defensive ends? I'm wondering, Bosa and Ingram, obviously talented guys, but does that show up with those players as well?
Yeah, they're hard guys to deal with, but everybody's where they're supposed to be. They play multiple personnel groups, even though it's a similar defense, and they can interchange those people in and out of there. And they do what they're supposed to do. They're where they're supposed to be. And make it hard to successfully move the ball and score points.
Do they move Ingram and Bosa around, or is they just let them do whatever they need to do because they're that dynamic in what they have?
Yeah, depends on the game plan. Depends on what front they're in, what group they're in. Depends on what down it is. So sometimes they stay, but they're not always in the same spot now.
What are your thoughts on how Philip Rivers has played this year?
Played great. Plays great. Very accurate. Obviously a smart guy. Offense runs through him. Handles things at the line of scrimmage. Makes good decisions with the ball. Uses everybody, as he always does. He gets the ball to everybody, all the receivers, all the tight ends, all the backs. It's very, very efficient. Makes big plays. Good in situations, third down, red area. It's really good. Outstanding. Hard guy to tackle.
Yeah.
Big, strong guy. Has a good feel for the pocket. Knows how to use his blockers. Kind of like Roethlisberger, same type of thing. He's good.
He's the prototypical drop-back quarterback, which this year it seems like you guys have faced mostly mobile quarterbacks. He's facing more of a stand-in-the-pocket type quarterback, a different challenge for you guys on defense.
Yeah, played Roethlisberger a couple of weeks ago. See our quarterbacks out here every day. Look, everybody's got good skills in this league, whatever they are. That's what we have to play against.
How much of a challenge will it be to disguise your coverage when you're going up against an experienced quarterback?
Yeah, they do a real good job of that. They do a good job of game plan and trying to force you into looks so they can tell what they are. So that would be part of the game.
You mentioning Roethlisberger, is that how he's hard to tackle? Is that sort of the comparable there? Or was it more the
Yeah, I don't know. Both good pocket quarterbacks.
Do you see any similarities with Williams and Allen?
Williams.
Wide receiver.
There's two of them. Yeah. Well, look, they have a very good receiving group. They're big. They're fast. They're hard to tackle after the catch. They make big plays down the field. Both the Williams I think they're averaging about 15 yards a catch, something like that. Benjamin's obviously an explosive guy that can score from anywhere on the field. Keenan Allen's as good a receiver as there's in the National Football League. Big, quick, tough after the catch, hard guy to tackle. Very good route runner, exceptional route runner. Great hands, concentration. So, they have a great group of receivers. Good group of tight ends, good group of backs, and he uses all of them. So, it's not one guy you got to stop. Clearly, Allen's the been the most productive receiver, I mean, by far, but, I mean, I wouldn't take anything away from any of those other guys.
With Rivers, you played him a whole bunch early in his career, probably a little less later. Players evolve as they get older. Is he the same quarterback, or what's that evolution been like?
He's good. He's really good. So he's played in different systems and so forth, but right now he's playing extremely well, again, with a good offensive team, good offensive system with Coach Lynn, Coach Wisenhunt. They're a good football team. He does a great job of orchestrating and running the offense.
Bill, prior to the year, did you see the Chargers making the jump that they made this year, going from 9 wins to 12, and where they are now?
Yeah, we were 9-3 last year.
Did you anticipate them ascending to where they are this year from the team you saw?
Like I said, they were 9-3 last year. So doesn't really surprise me to see them go from 9-3 to 12-4. Wouldn't say it's that big of a jump. Maybe I'm missing some. I don't know.
Bill, you guys promoted Steven Anderson to the active roster. Just wondering what traits you showed for him during that promotion.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Obviously he hasn't had a chance to play, but he's done a good job for us in practice. And put Jacob on injury reserve, so I don't know. See how it goes.
Is he a versatile type tight end? Does he move around? Does he play mostly in line?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's done multiple things. He hasn't been active for us for a game yet, so.
What has Derwin James brought to the defense this year?
A lot. This guy's a tremendous football player. He's good at everything. He usually plays around the line of scrimmage. I think he leads their team in everything: tackles, assists, pass breakups, interceptions, whatever, big hits. He does play away from the line of scrimmage at times. He's good back there too. He's got good range, good speed. He's long. He's hard to block. Very instinctive. Good tackler. Good blitzer. He's good at everything. He's a good player.
Bill, the Chargers went with that 7 defensive back look last week. How much experience does your offense have facing that kind of a look?
Well, again, it's the same. It's within kind of the same system. I mean, they played mostly 6 DBs against us last year, so they've been doing a lot of it this year. They went with the 7th guy against the Ravens, but it's been a lot of 6 defensive backs the last, I don't know, month or so. Jatavis Brown played a lot in their 60-back system, so they just kind of replaced him, with a die, with the safety. Kid from Miami, Jenkins. Jenkins didn't play down. Jenkins played back. Dye played down, but it was essentially the same defense with a Dye taking Brown's spot.
Bill, as they played more down towards the end of the year, how has their run defense held up despite the lighter front?
Yeah, well, they're fast. All those guys are fast, so they pursue well. Defensive line's very disruptive. They have a good front. Those guys make a lot of plays. It's hard to get the linebackers, whether it was whoever it's been in there. And they played about 6-7 linebackers this year. But it's a problem getting them because their fronts have been so effective. It's hard to get past those guys up front.
Other than the obvious physical traits, what makes Gordon so special?
Yeah, he's big, strong, fast, got good vision. It's hard to tackle. He's got good patience, uses his blockers well. He's got good speed, so he can attack from sideline to sideline, but he gets downhill. He's tough in line. He's a tough guy to tackle. He's got breakaway speed. He's got home run ability. So he's had a bunch of big plays. Some in the running game, some in the passing game, screen passes, check down routes, and runs. So whenever he gets the ball, I mean, it doesn't really matter how he gets it. Once he gets it, all their backs are a problem. They have good backs, good depth at that position. Sometimes they play 2 of them in a game. Usually it's just 1, but sometimes they have them both in there, or have 2 of the 3 in there. They're halfbacks. I mean, they have fullback too, but the 2 or 3 halfbacks, and just another way to attack the defense, put more good players on the field.
Seem to be moving inside and outside for defense, quarterback. What's the biggest difference between covering a guy in the slot versus covering him out wide?
Yeah, he plays everywhere. He can do it all. So whatever you need him to do, he can Play inside, play outside, run option routes, run vertical routes, double nose, good stem route runner. Again, big hands, strong, big target, tough after the catch. No matter where you put him, he's a problem. He's one of the best receivers in the league.
Bill, when you had time with Philip Rivers at the Pro Bowl more than a decade ago, what did you learn just from the time around him?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But he's a smart guy. He's a great guy. Good football player. Really cares and knows a lot about football. So he's an impressive guy to talk to.
His competitiveness stand out to you at all? Not obviously not in that setting.
Yeah. Yes.
Bill,
What are your memories of the last time you played the Chargers in the playoffs? I know it's been a while. 2006.
Well, last time we played him was last year.
In the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time ago. I think that game really has much to do with anything.
Bill, Philip Rivers' accuracy has been something that everybody's noticed this year. We saw, I think it was a couple of months back, he had, 25 straight completions in a game. You mentioned that he spreads the ball out a lot around different guys on the offense. Is that a rare trait to have, to be able to build chemistry with just, a bunch of different guys?
He's always done that. Yeah, I'd say he's always done a good job of that. I mean, certainly he has guys that are go-to guys. I mean, you think of him throwing to Gates and, Keenan Allen, get 1,400 yards by, 1 or 2 passes a game. So there's certainly guys that he has a lot of confidence in, goes to, and they produce for him. But, saying the backs, the tight ends, the receivers, he uses everybody. And he has very good field vision. And he's very accurate. And he's accurate on the deep balls, the intermediate throws, and he's good on the catch and run plays. Those guys gain a lot of yards. They're one of the best catch and run yards after catch team in the league because a lot of times they're getting the ball in full stride, so they don't have to slow down, and they can outrun the defender and gain extra yardage. So he's extremely accurate on all the throws.
How do you use Gates? Seems like obviously he's getting less snaps. Is he more of a...
Yeah, he's in their most critical situations. Third down, red area. Some second down situations, occasionally on first down, but he's really, say, a more important situation, more of a possession play it is, probably more is going to be in there.
He doesn't look particularly fast. What allows him to get open? Is it the wiggle at the top of the route?
He's quick. He's got great route savvy. He's got, obviously outstanding hands and size. He knows how to body guys up well. He can, get on one side of them. Rivers throws it on the other side. A lot of third down conversions, red area touchdowns. But he's a slick route runner. He's very crafty. Does a good job stemming the defenders. He's got good quickness at the top of the route to separate. And he's pretty good after the catch. He can make guys miss with the ball in his hands. He's still pretty effective.
Bill, yesterday, your final question daily and talking about Mike Pounce, you said you can see him identify fronts and make a lot of communication calls. What kind of a difference that you've seen has he made with their offensive line? And does that have anything to do with their success on the road in terms of communication and making adjustments during the course of the game?
Yeah, I'm sure it does. You'd have to talk to him about the communication. I don't, but he's very athletic. He gets out and pulls on. These guys run the ball outside, well, and they do it a decent amount, probably more than most teams do, so they can get the ball to the edge. The center usually has a tough block on that, where he has to get the middle linebacker, who's sometimes he can go through and get him because of his quickness. Sometimes he has to pull around and get him, which is can be challenging for some offensive linemen. But I would say Pouncey does a real good job of that. Whichever one it is, A, he makes good decisions, and B, he can make those blocks. So, a lot of times on the outside runs, you can get the edge. You can scheme it and set up blocking angles and numbers and all that. A lot of times it's the inside pursuit, especially the off the line linebackers that are hard to get because of either traffic in front of them or they just outrun the blocker who has to try to run 20 or 30 yards to get to him. But Pouncey's very good at that, and he does a real good job of either around or through, however he decides to do it, depending on the play and the alignment and so forth. It's pretty effective in making those blocks. It's certainly one of the best in the league. But look, he's a smart guy, and he's very aware in pass protection, and you can see obviously he and Rivers have a good communication and chemistry with the snap count, the cadence, and the identification on blitz pickup and things like that. So, he's a very experienced guy. I'm sure he's good at that. But how exactly all that works, you'd have to, I'm not sure, you'd have to talk to them about it.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, great, thanks.